Free shuttle service to the Port of Miami. What kind of wizardry is this you're talking about, Brandon? Hey everybody, it's Brandon the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every single weekend. And that means I'm like you. I'm watching my dollars, where I spend my money. And if there's a free option over to the port, I want to know about it, and that's the one that I want to be able to take. So today, we're going to do a deep dive into the Miami Trolley system, and I'm going to tell you about the freeway that you can get over to the Port Miami. No paying Uber $15 to $30 depending on where you're at. I'm in downtown. It's oftentimes $20 for me to go 2 miles. No more paying $15 per person to take a shuttle from wherever you're at. But you can figure out how to take the Miami Trolley, and it is a super great option. Now, the best way to walk you through the Miami Trolley system is to walk you through their website. So we're gonna come over here into the Google, and the best way to find the Miami Trolley, Miami Trolley. And you see that there's a few options here, but we're gonna go straight into the main website, and then you can probably search for the Trolley Tracker going forward. But this is gonna give you a list of all the trolleys that are out there. And there is a good number of them. The one you're going to want to look for, the only one of these that goes to the port, is going to be the Coral Way Trolley. Now, if you are not on the Coral Way Trolley route, you see there's a lot of these here. There are other cheap or affordable options you can take. There is the Miami-Dade Transit System, which is $2.25. That is a traditional bus that you can take. Or maybe you can take the Metro Rail or the Metro Mover to get you to a stop on the Coral Way route, which we'll come back to. Those, again, very affordable options, especially if you are a large group. So the best way to kind of show you where it's going to go, I'm going to come to Trolley Maps to start with, but I think the Trolley Tracker is truly a better place to view it. But we'll look at the Coral Way Trolley Map here. And it's going to show you the route that the trolley is going to take. And this is important to note because, number one, it means you don't have to stay in downtown. You don't have to stay in Brickell, in Edgewater, Wynwood. Those are really expensive places in Miami. If you're looking for hotels in Miami, this is going to allow you to look out in Coral Way and along this path here to find cheaper housing options as well if you're coming in the night before. So it originates here in Coral Way. It's going to come all the way down here to the Vizcaya area, I should say. If you haven't been to the Vizcaya Museum, by the way, it's beautiful. Good thing to do if you come in the day before. And then it's going to go into Brickell. It's going to come into downtown where I live. And then it's going to just bounce right over to the port from there. Now you'll see here on the map, it blows out the port options on where it's going to stop there. It is a trolley service, so it doesn't stop at every single terminal. That's the first thing you need to know. But the route does have you going into Terminal J to start with. So if you're on one of the higher end cruise ships or a very smaller ship, so think Oceana, Silver Seas, that's where they're going to be at, beside of Royal Caribbean headquarters. It's going to stop there first. And then it's going to come over here to Terminal, I think this is like Terminal F is where this is going to actually come out to. It does not go down to Terminal A at this point. And I don't know why they haven't updated it to go down to Terminal A yet. I hear that it's in the works, but hasn't happened yet. But what that is going to mean is that, some of these terminals aren't going to be a good fit. So if you were in Terminal A with Royal Caribbean on the big ships or on Terminal B with NCL, this trolley service might not be a good fit for you. It is going to be a haul to walk from this point here all the way over to Terminal A. So I don't necessarily advise that right now. But if you're coming into Terminal C, D, E, F, G, and V, you're going to be absolutely fine. You can use this first stop, or you can use the second stop, and you're going to be able to see the ships. You'll know where you need to get off at, but it's going to be the MSCs, the Celebrity, the Carnival ships, and the Virgin Voyages ships are the main ones that are going to be more accessible here to the actual trolley itself. Now, I'm going to come back to the Trolley Tracker because I think this is really the place you want to go to. This is a free complimentary service from the city of Miami. And so the trolleys don't necessarily run as much as you would want them to. So they do run, I think, from, actually that was on the initial slide here. They're going to run from 6:30 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. So if you're going or coming from a cruise, no issue here whatsoever. And they're going to run between 15 and 45 minutes. You just don't know really when they're going to come. But they have a live trolley tracker that is going to show you exactly where that trolley is and where it's going to go. So here is Coral Way. So I'm going to just zoom in a little bit on Coral Way. and it is going to be this, is that blue, is that purple? Let me know in the comments what color you think this is. It's going to give you the trolley here, and you see this one is moving east, and you're going to want to look to make sure that it is moving towards the Port of Miami. That's where you want to go to. And the next one's going to come to this stop in 46 minutes, 28 minutes, and 49 minutes. Though I would say make sure that you're out there well ahead of time to make sure you're in place to get this trolley. So if it says that it's coming in 2 minutes, be out there before then, because it's not going to wait for you if you're not there or it doesn't realize that you're getting on the trolley. So make sure you're flagging down your driver. If you see them coming, make sure you wave your hands and tell them you want to go to the Port of Miami. They will pick you up. But this is going to continue all the way down, and I like this view better than the other map because you can actually see where it stops or where the actual stops are. There's plenty of them. One thing I'll call out, if you are not staying on the Coralway Trolley and you still want a more affordable option, you can go and take the Metro Rail to Brickell. So the Metro Rail is going to stop right here at Brickell, and you're going to be able to transfer, actually it's right here, transfer to the Coralway Trolley. It will pick you up there. You'll see a sign for it. That'll let you know you're in the right spot. But it's going to continue, let me close out of this. It's going to continue into downtown and directly over to the port. So as we were talking about before, depending on the cruise line you're coming on, you might not want to actually take the Coralway Trolley. Hate to say that. Because it's going to come over here to Terminal J, and then it's going to come right in here. It doesn't go all the way down here to Terminal A, and that is a heck of a walk because you're walking the length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different cruise ships to get to Terminal A if that's where you want to go to. So not the best experience. The shuttle service also terminates at this stop right here, and I'll put an image up of what that looks like. But this is the termination point. So if you get on the shuttle here, the trolley here, it's going to come to this station, and that trolley may go out of service, or the driver just may go on break for a little while. So what I would advise is when you get off of your cruise ship, when you do come back to port, if you want to take the trolley again, you're going to come to this location, and they've got some benches there. It's covered, and you're going to be able to wait for the trolley to pick you up there. It may already be parked there as the driver is probably on break, or you just got to wait for the next one to come through, and when he's ready to go, he's going to take you on the route. I did this last weekend, and it was absolutely not an issue. I think I waited for maybe 5 minutes, but it was a completely free option to get me from my MSC ship, which came in right down here, probably about Terminal D is where we came in at, I think. Not a bad walk at all. And it got me over into downtown for absolutely no cost. All right, so that is the free, completely free shuttle service from the Port of Miami. Again, it's free, so keep your expectations a little bit on the lower side and you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. Make sure you're out there early. You flag down your driver to let them know that you are really trying to get on their trolley. You'll see a sign printed at the top that should say Coralway on it. That's what you're gonna wanna look for. If you don't see anything that says Coralway, because sometimes they're busted and not working, you're gonna flag down every single trolley that comes down because there are some spaces where you're gonna see different trolleys coming by, and you wanna make sure that you don't miss yours. Because if you miss it, you're gonna be waiting 15 to 45 minutes for the next trolley to come around. So go to the Trolley Tracker, see where your trolley is at, give yourself every opportunity to get on it, and you're gonna have an amazing experience. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, hoping to save you a little bit of money and take a free shuttle service over to the Port of Miami.